Để mình một vài để mình xin phép được nói bằng tiếng Anh, rồi có gì người thông dịch hôm nay là chị Hà, chị Angelini Hà, thông dịch từ California. Okay, good morning and or good evening wherever you are. Hôm nay tự nhiên là muốn nói tiếng Việt nữa. Ok mấy chị, mình rất vui là hôm nay tôi để nói tiếng Việt luôn đi. Nói tiếng Anh với người Việt Nam thì nghe nó hơi kỳ kỳ, nó ngượng ngượng sao. Hôm nay rất vui là có được một cái người. Welcome to Millionaire Talk. Tức là mình có một cái chương trình hàng tháng một lần mấy chị ha, vào ngày thứ hai của đầu tháng đó. Nhưng mà cái tuần vừa rồi thì mình biết rồi, tại vì cũng xin lỗi mấy chị là do cái vấn đề liên lạc và cái vấn đề mình cho lộn ngày đó, thành ra Paty không có mặt ở tuần trước. Nhưng mà tuần này mấy chị, đây là một người có thể nói là gia nhập cùng một lần với mình vào năm 2009. Và lúc đó thì mình đang có ý định đó là mở cửa thị trường Việt Nam, thì cô này cũng đang có ý định đó là mở cửa cái thị trường nước Colombia, là cái quốc gia mà cô này tới từ Colombia ở Nam Mỹ mấy chị. Và cô này thì cũng đang ở Mỹ giống như mình, gia nhập cùng một thời gian và đồng thời cũng ở trong một cái hoàn cảnh cũng tương tự nữa. Và đồng thời sau đó thì cũng là dưới trong cái team của Alan Nagao đó, và đồng thời cũng đạt được những cái thành quả mấy anh chị. Thành ra hôm nay rất vui là mấy anh chị nghe được cái câu chuyện của Paty Acosta. Acosta là một người phụ nữ có thể nói là hiện nay là Team Elite 4-star Platinum, thành viên của câu lạc bộ 5 triệu, và đồng thời có một cái danh hiệu rất đặc biệt là cứ mỗi 2-3 năm, chứ không phải hàng năm anh chị, 2-3 năm thì nó có một cái danh hiệu, mà một danh hiệu duy nhất đó là Entrepreneur of the Year đó, tức là doanh chủ của năm anh chị ha. Thì cô này là một trong những số rất ít của công ty anh chị đạt được cái danh hiệu là Entrepreneur of the Year. Thành ra hôm nay muốn giới thiệu với mấy anh chị, đây là không phải là nữ hoàng của một quốc gia mấy anh chị ha, và cô ta là nữ hoàng của cả một cái châu lục, mấy anh chị, đó là Nam Mỹ. She is not only the queen of Colombia, but she is the queen of South America continent. So very glad, and thank you for joining us, Paty. And you are in Miami now, South Florida?
Yes, I'm here in Miami, Florida, and I want to say hello to everybody around the world, because I know Tim and Catherine Dean is around the world, and I love you guys. I admire you a lot, and I just want to tell you that you had the best outlines. Tim, for me, and Catherine have been my inspiration, and thanks to them and a Tinali Platino 4-star, because when I saw then that they were Tinali Platino 4-star in many years, I say, oh my God, I need to do that. So I really want to thank them. They are amazing, and I'm so happy to be here, Dean.
Okay.
So can I start? Okay. So
Yeah.
I will try to speak slowly, because sometimes you need to know the Colombians will speak really fast. So I will try to slow down just for the interpreter. In case that I go fast, just let me know. Okay, so first I want to tell you a little bit about me. My name is Paty Acosta. Everybody calls me Paty. I'm from a small city in the south of Colombia. This city is called Pasto. And I was born in a humble family. My father was an independent, he has his own business, but at the age of 42, he had to be unemployed again. He had to work again. And I saw a father that was working so hard, and he was just making like $300 per month. The minimum salary in my country is $300 per month. And my mom, she was doing magic with that, because we were 7 kids. So my parents, they were amazing. We didn't miss food or something, but we couldn't have vacation, you know? And I was thinking, since that age, I need to do something else. So at the age of 15, I decided that I wanted to be an entrepreneur, because I saw some people that they have their own business, that they have, to me, a better life. So that's what I decided to study business administration. And at the age of 17, I decided to move to the capital of Colombia, that is Bogota. But since that time, I start doing a process that I call decision. You know, one decision in your life can change completely your life. And at the age of 17, I decided to move to the capital, even though I didn't have money, I didn't know anybody. But as I say, when you decide from your heart, when you had like a burning decided, when you had that, believe me, magic things will happen around you. And that happened to me because when I decided, my brother, my oldest brother, he's an engineer, was moved to work to Bogota. So I went to study in Bogota, and when I was there, I took another decision. I decided that I will study in the best university in Colombia. I didn't have the money. I didn't have the opportunity to study there. However, I decided that. And since that, I learned that doesn't matter what is around your life. You need to decide what you want, and then you will see how you do it. Because sometimes we think too much. We think about like too much the how that we don't decide. But when you decide that, and when you decide that with your energy, with your heart, with your mind, believe me, remember myself, magic things will start happening around yourself. So when I decided that, a person explained me how to make a loan with the government, and I studied in the best university in Colombia. So when I was studying in that university during 5 years, I thought when I finish, everything will be okay. And when I finish, a lot of companies come to the university to do interview with us to work. And I wanted to work for some time until I save some money and open my own company. When they start interviewing myself, they asked me if I speak English, and I didn't know any word of English. So I start find my first challenges, and that's the other part. When you decide, you're gonna start find, I don't like to call problems, difficulties, I like to call challenges. To me, the word challenge is more something that you have to pass, that you have to do it, that you have to do another step to grow. So in that moment, I took another decision that it was travel to other country to study English. But I didn't have the visa, I didn't have money, I had a debt, I didn't know anybody overseas, no one from my family, I didn't have any successful story for another person of my family that went to another country to study. However, I decided that I would go to another country. And when I made that decision, somebody that didn't know me helped me to come to the United States. And I came to Los Angeles, California. And you know, I was 24 years and I was afraid because I didn't know anybody. I remember myself in that airplane thinking a lot of stuff. Like I didn't have money, didn't know anybody in the English. I just knew that person that helped me to come to Los Angeles. But you know what? When you had the board and decided, I was just thinking, I'm gonna learn English and I will get a better job, I will save money, and I will be entrepreneur. So you always had to have that central dream. And at that point, that was my dream, to be an entrepreneur. And let me share my screen. And I came to the United States, and you know, it was not easy. I looked for a job in the morning, I looked for another job in the afternoon. And I made the decision with that too. I say, I'm gonna study English and I will do anything that I have to do to be able to do that. So you need to know that the decision that you take, of course, is gonna take a lot of action, and it's gonna take a lot of effort to accomplish that. So I just wanted to stay 1 year, but after I stayed for 6 years. And during that time, I was an employee working full time, doing my best. And at night, I decided to study marketing, international business, because I love business, because I wanted to be more prepared to open my business. And when I finished and I became resident of the United States, I decided to open my first business. My first business was to bring some goods from Colombia. But you know what? It was not easy. I thought I never wanted to be involved in production, because when I studied, I say, oh my God, production is so difficult. I just wanted to commercialize some products. Because I say, I just need a warehouse and that's it. No, it was not that easy. So I say, this is not the business. So after I decided to involve in the service, and I decided to involve in the real estate business. And then I start having success. I start making money because I sell a house and I used to make $20,000, $25,000. So I started being like happy in that part, but honestly, inside of me, I was not happy. And I started asking myself, why am I not happy? Why now that I've been working so hard all these years and now that I'm receiving money, I'm not happy? And I realized that I was missing my family so much. I was missing my family so much because I'm the 7 of 7 kids. I had 13 nephews and nieces. I love my brothers-in-law. I love my sisters-in-law. So this is my family, and I was missing so much my family. So I start praying to God for an opportunity. I say, God, I need a business that allows me to be in the United States and in Colombia. I want a business that allows me to be in the both countries because I don't want to go back to my country because, you know, I was in love in the United States too. I fell in love with the security, with the opportunities that this country offered to us. But I was missing my family too, and I was missing my country, my roots. So I say, I want a business that allows me to live between the two countries. And you know, this is what I have right now. So it's really important that you have really clear what you want, because the universe, God, is going to give you that opportunity. So this is my why. And it's really important to have clear your why too. So this was my why when I start doing the business, my family, to be close to them. And when I did a petition 11 years ago, somebody that didn't know me, listen to this, and a cold contact. Yes, that's why you need to do a lot of contacts every day, because you never know where is your tinali. And a cold contact. I was working in real estate, and I put an ad to find out more realtors to work with me in the company that I have. I received many messages in my email, so I start interviewing these people that will work with me in the real estate. And this person that I contact by the phone, I was talking with him about real estate, and then suddenly he said, Patty, Patricia, he would like that if I can go to a meeting to see a wrinkle machine that will smooth my wrinkles in 10 minutes. At that point, it was the old galvanic of 10 minutes. And I laughed because I said, we are talking about houses. We are talking about real estate. And he was talking about that I need something in beauty. So honestly, I didn't put attention at the beginning, but he was really smart. He did the follow-up. It's so important, the follow-up. He said he will send me information. He sent me information, but I was really busy. So in the morning in my office, I will delete all the things in my email that I consider trash. So I will eliminate a lot of stuff. So I didn't read, but he called me again, like in 2 weeks, you know, and he will ask me if I read the information, say, I'm so sorry, you know, I'm so busy that I delete information. So he understood that sometimes it's not people say no to us, it's not people that ignore to us, they are just busy. So he continued to send me information. Finally, after he sent me that information, I don't know, for like 2-3 months, I decided to read. And I decided like, okay, this guy is being so persistent. I will go and see that demo that he said. So I went to a meeting. I saw the demonstration, but honestly, I thought that they will just wanted to sell me the product. And I say to him, okay, yeah, I can buy some product. He said, look, you can sign for free. And I was like, for free? I didn't understand that, but it's okay. I give my information. I left. I didn't buy nothing at that moment. Maybe because he didn't explain me the business opportunity. And that's so important to know who are our prospects, because I was a businesswoman at that moment, but he just kind of like taught me just more about products. So after I left, he started sending me more messages, and he invited me to another meeting, to opportunity meeting with a team lead. That's what I say is so important to pass our prospect for many exposures, because you never know when that person is gonna listen to powerful words that will allow this person to take the decision to do the business. So I went to a meeting with a team lead, and then I start understanding a little bit more the business. But one person in that meeting said, Paty, I should go to the company, because if I don't go to the company, I will never see the vision of this big business. And I was like, what I need to go to the company? And he started giving me reasons, like no one's like, it was like okay to my ears. But when he said, Paty, this company is gonna open Latin America, that was like music to my ears. So I say, okay, I will go to the company. I went to the company in Utah, and you know, when I saw the company, I fell in love with the company. I fell in love with the mission. So I started, but at that point, I was using the products. I was already falling in love with the products. When they explained me the compensation plan, I fell in love with the compensation plan. And when I went to the company, I fell in love with the mission to be a force for good. I fell in love with Nourish the Children. And more than that, I had the opportunity to listen to the team leaders' stories. And you know, this phone call that Dean and Catherine and all the leaders are doing is so important, because now this is amazing. We can listen to the stories of the team leaders around the world, and our business now is completely different, 100% virtually. Of course, 11 years ago was a little different, but at that point, I had to go to the company to listen to the stories of the team leaders. Now you can just do clean, soon, and whatever you add right now, you are listening to a story of many team leaders. So when I went to the company and I listened to the stories of these team leaders, I realized that this company will not just provide me an amazing financial opportunity. This company will give me time to be with my family, time to do the things that I love to do. And I realized, I fell in love with the stories of team leaders and say, I want that for my life. And I made that decision to be and to go to the top of this company to be a team lead. When I was there, I found out that they were opening specifically Colombia, and I said, wow, this is my country, and I wanted to be part of this opening. And I found out the difference between work and create a network, because I never worked in these companies. I didn't have experience. For me, this was new. And why I choose Nu Skin? Because I saw that the Nu Skin was between the best 10 companies. Nu Skin was with innovation, was in the New York stock market. So I say, wow, this is a good opportunity. I started working part-time, and after 4 months, I was making the same money that I was making in real estate, and I started being full-time. And I met Alan Nagao and Steve Wall, my uplines. And when I asked Alan Nagao what I need to do to open Colombia, he said, Paty, you need to be disciplined and you need to be persistent. To be honest with you, at that point, I didn't know what the discipline means. When I started working with Alan Nagao, he said, Paty, what are your goals? And honestly, I didn't have clear goals, because my goals were more financial goals, because that was what I was missing when I was a little kid. But Alan said, no, Paty, you need to start dreaming again, and you need to start dreaming again big. And he told me about that I need to dream in 4 areas, not just in the financial part. He told me, Paty, you need to have clear your goals in your relationships, in your physical part, in the spiritual part. And he said, Paty, you need to be like a little kid again. You need to go back and dream like as you will be a little kid, and think about try to write, try to draw all the things that I want. And that's what I did. And they say, make your dream board with more images that represent what you want. And that's what I did. I put that I will, in that moment, I was single. So I say, okay, I will fall in love and I will find the love of my life and I will travel with him around the world. I will make my first $1 million with Nu Skin. This will be my check. I will travel around the world. I will go shopping without seeing the price. I will invest. I wanted to invest in 10 houses. I wanted to travel around the world. If you see, there is an April, even though my favorite airline that I will travel around the world, I will go to Africa. I will have the opportunity to know this amazing Nourish the Children program. So I put exactly what I want. So it's really important that you have really clear, like crystal clear what you want. And after I put my goals in writing with, look, I had some, this is my old goal, sorry, it's in Spanish, but it's 2009, 2003, by 12, 2013, exactly when I will get those goals. But you know, as I say, when you put your goals, you will find some difficulties, but you need to change these to an opportunities. When we open the market, I know maybe here is a lot of Vietnamese people. When you open Vietnamese, you find a lot of difficulties, but you need to change that into opportunities. Take those as a challenge. When we opened Colombia, we had a lot of problems too. There were no products, car system didn't work, there were no success stories, we didn't have a manager, we continue. We don't have a manager in Colombia. We didn't have ADR, we just got ADR after 10 years. It was no Nu Skin offices for the first 5 years. We had our first Nu Skin office in the 5th year. But you know what? When you decided that you are gonna do something, and doesn't matter what happens, you are gonna get it, you are gonna be so strong, and that's your decision, that doesn't matter what happens, you will get what you want. And for that, it's so important to take your action plan. So part of my action plan when I to be at Tinelli, it was, I decided that I will never stop until I became a Tinelli. Because I heard from the Tinellis at that moment that the only person that they cannot get that is the person that decided to leave the business, that the person that decided to stop doing the business, decided to quit. So I decided that I will be persistent and I will do my Tinelli whatever I need to do. So I decided that I will work every day during the week, Saturday, Sunday. I decided that I will work like so many hours to make that Tinelli. How many presentations I will do it per day. I will drive the lines to find my Tinellis. And I decided that the day that I became Tinelli and I made my first $1 million, I will go and travel around the world. So that was my decision too. That when I made that, I will go and travel around the world. So that was my gift, my for that persistence and for those things. So all these things need to be in your plan of action. And I start taking action. And I start doing a lot of one-on-ones. At that moment, I had to go and visit office, houses to do those one-on-ones. The good thing is now you just have to do clean, Zoom, WhatsApp, wherever you are using, and magically you are gonna travel to London, to Italy, you know. I just did a conference with Colombia. After this, I had something with Peru. After that, I had something with Spain. Oh my God. The business right now is so good. It's so different that of course you can become Tinelli as soon as you can. This is amazing. People is becoming diamond in 1, 2 months, and 3 months. Whatever is your decision now, our business is going through a momentum around the world. And the things are growing so much, and this is amazing. So the important thing is taking the action. So at that moment, we had to go like that and take action, massive action, daily action. So important that you had your agenda, that you say exactly what time you're gonna wake up, exactly what are your good habits, exactly when you had your breakfast with your family, connect with your family, exactly when you start doing your business. You need to have a really clear agenda, and then start taking more action and be persistent in that action. And remember that a no is a new opportunity. So right now, with the plan of velocity, we used to have we used to look for 15 teen list. Just one moment, I'm gonna put, my battery is going out. Mi amor, ¿me puedes colocar la batería del computador? Just one moment. Just one moment, let me put my battery because sorry. Okay, perfect. So the action, as I sometimes people talk about fear, how to change that fear, and you know what? When you are taking action, honestly, you don't have time to think about other stuff. When you are taking action, you are just like the best way to kill that fear is to take action. So it's so important that you are taking action, but at the same time, when you are taking action, it's so important that you are working in your mind. Because if you are taking action, but your mind, your positive thinking, develop like at least in the morning a time where you can read, where you can do exercise, when you can repeat your goals, because you need to have the right energy, you need to have the right posture in the morning, in the afternoon, when you are taking the action. It's so important. It's so important that you visualize your success before you succeed. That's what I learned. So I start doing my meetings, and suddenly, you know, at the beginning, I was just doing one-on-ones, but after it was more people, and after it was more people. And one day, after, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I took this picture here, and it was more than 2,000 people in a room in Colombia, and I couldn't believe, you know. When I started doing this business, I didn't know anything about network marketing, but I read the book 45 Seconds of Don Falia, and that book said this business is exponential. And if I had 5 people, after we'll have 25, 100, 600. And in the book, looks really like, kind of like easy, but at the same time, I was like, okay. But after, when I start seeing this, to me, it was like, I was crying. Because it was the result of, I don't want to say hard work, I want to say smart work. What we do is smart work. And one of the things is that you need to enjoy the journey. Honestly, when Alan Nagao told me, okay, Patty, at least you had to do 3 presentations per day, I always learned that if you want to go faster, you want to do double. So I decided at that moment to do 6. Right now, I know people in my team that they doing 10 presentations per day. Maybe you guys are doing more. I don't know. But I realized the more that I take action, the better results that I will have. And I cried when I saw the picture, because I knew it was the result on my effort, the effort of my team. And you know, more than that, I love what the founders say. The founders of Nuskin say, you need to wake up every day and you need to think about how many lives you are going to change. Of course, we are going to make points, but more than that, how many lives we're going to change. And honestly, every time that I do a one-on-one now and soon, I'm so excited to know about their story. Somebody yesterday in my Instagram asked me about the business, and I did a presentation with her yesterday. It was Sunday, but I did a presentation with her, and I was so excited to know about her life. And she said, your father just died, that she's an employee just making like $500 per month. So I was so excited to know that story. And more than that, I got so excited to help her to change that life. And that needs to be our attitude. Because the good thing about being teen list is not the money that we make, the lives that would change. So one day after I was so focused I was so focused every day in the action. But, and you know what? Sometimes we think the business is like this. No, life is not like that too. The business sometimes goes like this, like this, like that. And I had those moments in my life. I remember after 6 months in the business, I had some difficulties. And honestly, I called my upline, Alan Naga. I say, Alan, you know what? I don't think this business is for me. I think this business is more for the Asians. I had so much respect for you guys because you guys are so disciplined. But the Latinos, we are like kind of like, I think, and that's something that we need to change in our mind, but we miss a lot of discipline. And I say, I don't think that this is for me, Alan. And I wanted to quit after 6 months. And he called me by the phone. He was in the United States. I was in Colombia. He said, Patty, it's okay. If I decided to quit, I can go back to real estate. I know how to make money. But he said, but when I'm going to have the time to be with my family. So he reminded me my why. That's why your why is so important. And that's so important that you know the why of your distributors too, of your team, because you will have the ability to remind their why when they are not okay in the business, so you can pull them up. Because I remember when Alan said that, I was thinking like, yes, I can go back to the business that I had before and I start making money, but I will never been able to see my family. And then I go back to the United States. I came back to an event, and that's why it's so important that you follow the system of your team and be in all the events, and not just be in all the events. For every event, it's so important that you have a goal. How many people you want in these phone calls? How many people you want in the events that your uplines are doing? I keep an agenda, you know, I'm visual, but I always put, for example, last Saturday, I did an event. And an event, look, I put in my agenda, my event was called Global Expansion, and we were talking about the markets in Latin America, and I put 1,000 people decided to be in elite. Thank you, God, because it's that. Guess how many people I had in that event? I had 994. So it's so important that you put goals for your events too. How many people you want to invite for the events that your system is doing? So all the time in my agenda, I keep like my goals of, you can do it in your phone if you want, but I had this 31st, those are my goals. In volume, and how many Tinelli Platinos for I'm gonna have, how many accounts in the business trip, all the values, how many ambassadors of Nourish the Children at the end of the event. But after, when I start every month, I put the goals for that month. And I start working. Those are the people that are working to be in a list. So it's so important that you have your clear goal, and after you have clear your action, exactly what you are going to do. And honestly, I didn't know that from the beginning, because I learned this process in business. I learned from the Tinellis. One of the things that I learned, it was, if I wanted to be a Tinelli, I need to act as a Tinelli. I need to act as a Tinelli. That's so important. Since you are like brand representative, gold, lapis, ruby, diamond, you need to act as a Tinelli. So I want that you really follow with careful your Tinellis and see how they think, how they talk, how they act, if they make plans, how they put those events together for you. And you know, one day I wake up and I start seeing my dreams coming true. When I start doing the business, I have to come to Colombia every month, and I was so excited to come to my country every month. But I just had one day to be with my parents, one day, and actually one dinner, because I was working, I was taking a lot of action. But after, with the years, I started being with my parents 2 days, after 3, after a week, after 2 weeks, after 3 weeks. In this pandemic, I was able to take care of my parents for 5 months. I was in a beautiful farm in the south of Colombia, and I was taking care of them. They are 82, I'm 88 years old, and I'm so happy and grateful with God and with Nu Skin that allows me to take care of my parents, even though I'm the 7 of 7 kids. And the only one like in my family that had the ability to be with them all the time, thanks with Nu Skin. So the other thing, I was able to ask them, what are their dreams? And at the beginning, they didn't want to tell me because maybe they worked so hard during the years that they forgot about their dreams. But I had to ask them many times, and I start accomplish their dreams. So now they do exercise every day in the morning, and I love that. And I took them to Jerusalem, and I wanted to go to Rome, and they wanted to go to Portugal, and I start taking, so I've been traveling with my parents to so many countries. I start taking them to the success trips. Look, this picture, they are with the founders. I start taking to Disney, to my apartment here in Miami. And my parents couldn't believe that this apartment was mine, that it was it was part of the result of being in Nu Skin. And I took them to all the parts, and now I'm so happy to accomplish their dreams, and not just to them, to my whole family. So I love to do those big dreams with all my family. And I put in my dream board that I wanted to be the woman entrepreneur of the year. You know, when I realized that this process to have clear your dreams and your goals, and the dreams are the ones that are come out from here. Goals are more like specific things, but those dreams that like I start looking in when I was in the airplane, when I was doing my hair, I start looking all the magazines, and I start looking for my dreams. I had I create the habit to every time that I took a magazine, I was looking for my dreams. So I was improving my dream board. So in one dream board, I find those words, Woman of the Year. So I say, okay, I want to be the Woman of the Year of Nu Skin, and I put Woman of the Year, and I put then, look, by 2012 by Nu Skin Enterprises. And you know, one day that came true, and I couldn't believe. And the reason that I wanted to be Woman Entrepreneur of the Year, it was because I want that Nu Skin invite me to go to Africa to see, nourish the children. That was my reason. I want that they invite me to Africa, and that came true too. So one day is gonna be that day when you are walking into this amazing stage of the international convention as a teenager, and that day I was so excited, you know. And one day you are gonna walk like Circle of Excellence 1, and one day you're gonna walk like a Teen Elite Latino 4-star, and you're gonna be so excited when we're in the backstage. We always celebrate when Dean and all the Vietnamese Teen Elites and all the Teen Elites around the world, and it's incredible. You need to visualize that every day in the morning. You know, your dreams are gonna be your gasoline. Your dreams are gonna be your gasoline. I feel that we are like a car that needs the gasoline every day so we can act better, and your dreams are your gasoline. If you don't have your dreams, if you don't visualize that, if you don't have clear that, you don't visualize that every day, if you don't have that here in your mind, you don't act in the same way. You know, when you have that, you are going to be able to connect with the people, because you are going to have your dreams, and you are going to be able to connect with the people because you are going to be able to connect with the dreams. And then is when people say yes to us, and they want to be with us with that because we have that energy. And of course, those success trips, you know, celebrating with your dreams are amazing. You know, in my first trip, I went by myself. Second, with 7 accounts, later with 14, and one day you're gonna wake up and you are not gonna eat like Penguin. I think he doesn't even know like all the people that is in your business trips, and that's incredible. That was part of my dream. Part of my dream, it was people will introduce their selves to me, saying, Paty and your new ruby, Paty and your new diamond. That was part of my dream, because when I went to my first Teen Elite trip in Hawaii, somebody approached myself. She's American, and then she say, Paty, are you Paty Acosta? And I say, yes, I am. And then she say, oh, he's one of my uplines. And I say, oh my God, this person, I didn't know her, never called me. And maybe I have an attitude like, oh my gosh, she didn't call me, she just presented herself and she's one of my uplines. I was in his spy level or more than that, but I decided that to change to an opportunity. I say, you know what? It's gonna be the day that people introduce themselves to me, say that they are in my team. And you know what? That started happening. When we opened Chile 4 years ago, people start saying, Paty, they are my new rubies. And I was so excited. So I changed into my mind. People will introduce themselves as a diamonds. When we open Peru 1 year before, people will start introduce themselves, Paty, they are my new diamonds. And change my mind and say, people is going to introduce themselves that they are my new blue diamonds. They start sending me messages through WhatsApp 2 months ago. They are my new blue diamonds. And now I changed my message. People is going to introduce themselves that they are my new Tina Liz. And you know, last month I start receiving those messages when people say, Paty, I make it. They are my new Tina Liz. So everything that you want, you need to put in your mind, you need to decide. I went to Africa. I fell in love with Nourish the Children. That was a before and after for me. And I promised their kids into their eyes that I will work really hard for Nourish the Children. So one of the things that I want to ask all the people that is here is to become ambassador of Nourish the Children. You know, to receive, we had to give, but we don't have to give to receive. This is like a universal law. And I love Nourish the Children. So I really want that all of you know this program and work to be an ambassador of Nourish the Children and work with your team to be an ambassador of Nourish the Children. I love that program. I fell in love. And when I went there, I decided with my team that we will bring that to Colombia. And you know, one of the things when I become Tina Lee, that I told Alan Nagao, my upline, I said, Alan, I don't think that I can find the love of my life. And she said, Paty, if you don't believe, that person is not gonna appear. But he asked me, do you have clear that person? Do you have a list of the things in what you want in your future husband? And I say, no. I say, okay, here you know, I know now how powerful it is to have a list of the things that you want, put it in the dream board, all the stuff. And I say, okay, so I made the list. I made the list of my ideal men, my future husband. And guess what? All the dreams coming true if you visualize and you had cleared that. Okay, this is the picture. This is the picture. I wanted to live in Miami because I was living in Los Angeles, and I wanted to be more in Miami because it's close to Colombia. It's just 3 hours and a half. So I wanted to be here in Miami. I wanted to work in a balcony. I had to have a beautiful view. And guess what? That is the picture in my dream board. And look at it to the right. This is my balcony. And look, the person that is there is almost the same that is in the dream board. So be careful for what you wish for. And here and in that balcony, I'm working and having this beautiful view. So, you know, it's incredible. The power of your mind is so incredible. It's so incredible that be careful for what you wish. So it's so important. And we got married. Alan Nagao is my good father. And all these pictures in my dream board that they were like fake became true. I started traveling to the best beaches of the world, having massage. I love to have massage around. Actually, one of the next countries that I want to visit with this pandemic finish is Vietnam, because I had that, but with the pandemic, we had to stop. And all these start coming true. All these beaches that I put in my mind. When I was working, I used to go to YouTube, and I used to put like the best beaches of the world, and I made a list of those beaches because I wanted to be on all of those beautiful beaches. I put the best restaurants in the world, and I made a list because I say I will go to all these best restaurants in the world. I say the restaurants with the best view in the world. So I say I will go the best experience around the world, the best pools around the world. This pool here in the right is one of the most beautiful pools in Bali. So I made a list and say, this will be my reward. I love to travel and I love to have experience. So my husband and I, we've been visiting more than 58 countries. thanks to Nuskin, thanks to the work what we did, this has been amazing, you know. And more than that, Alan told me one day, Paty, you know, you're gonna have friends around the world, and they are gonna take you to the best places. That's what I'm so excited when I go to Vietnam, because I know if I can go with Alan, Dean, all of you guys, I will visit the best places. And now Dean want to come with us to Peru. He said that we are gonna walk. I don't know how many kilometers, but I love what Dean did in Vietnam, and I wanted to do that in Latin America. It's amazing. It's like this business is incredible. This business is a blessing, you know. And all the dreams came true. And look at this. One of the things that I wanted, it was one dream that I have, it was to help people that live on the streets. And I wanted to build a little house for them. I wanted to feel that I can change their life a little bit. And you know, we start building those houses. And when I see those houses, the first house, Alan Nagao helped me to build. The second house, another Tinelli from the United States helped me to build. And when I saw those people crying, to me it didn't have a price, that happiness, to see all the things that we can do. Now we are building schools in Colombia. And now I'm doing that with my team. So my team decided to be part of what we made. And we decided to work in different needs that people had in our country. So you're gonna make so much money in Nuskin that you will have the ability not just to help yourself, you're gonna have the ability to help your family and to help others. And that's what I love Nuskin, because I will never thought that I will be able to do that. And finally, 5 years ago, we were able to bring Nourish the Children to Latin America. And I was so excited. And when I go and visit those kids, we are feeding 2,500 kids in Colombia, 1,400 kids in 1,400 in Argentina, and we just started in Mexico with 500 kids. And now my goal is to bring this program to Peru. And I love this. And you know, my goal is always, I ask the people in every country, how many kids are in risk to die for desnutrition? How many kids are in that risk to die for desnutrition? I say, that's my goal. In Colombia, 100,000 kids, that's my goal. So I love that. The ability that we had to be a leaders in the world, when we don't have to worry more about money, when we don't have to worry more about money, the ability that we had to be a leaders in this world is huge. That's what I want to ask you again, to be ambassadors of this program, because this is a beautiful, beautiful program and help the kids around the world. And the other thing that Alan told me, say, Paty, when you are in a league and you are $1 million Silicon Melbourne, you will have so many people around the world invite you to tell your story. And I love that, because I love to be an inspiration for people. And I start traveling around the world to so many countries, you know, countries that I never thought that I would be able to tell my story. But the reason that Alan told me is that we will go to those countries and tell them about Nourish the Children. And that's what I found my passion now, that I love to tell people around the world to be ambassadors of Nourish the Children. So my question to you will be, what kind of leader do you want to be? What kind of life you want to have? What kind of legacy you want to leave? What kind of role model you want to the people that you love? That's a decision. And one decision in your life can change your life. So right now we are in momentum. So it's so important that you are in momentum, because Nuskin is in momentum, but are you in momentum? Are you taking that action? And honestly, you just need to follow your upline. You just need to follow your system. Dean is one of the biggest, Dean and Kathleen are one of the biggest leaders around the world. And you just need to follow what they say and have your clear dreams. This is my next dream board. And you know, now I have exactly in my dream board how many brand representatives I want, how many teen lists I want. And this is incredible. Now I put that at most of my front lines now at teen lists. So it's really important what you have, my investments, my team. Actually, I always checking into my dream board and I'm putting what I'm missing here. So here are some things that I'm missing in my next dream board. So I remember, just decided to be happy, to be grateful, because that's the other part. One of the finalists in a convention say, we just need to decide to be all of the good, not all the bad. Because our products are the best, our company is the best, our compensation plan is the best, but we need to work in the most important project that is us. We need to work in us. And that's the most important project in your life, yourself. So just make a decision, had cleared your dreams, had cleared your goals, work in your belief, work in your self-confidence formula, stay your goals every day with energy 2 times per day. So that will be your gasoline. Take action, no normal action, massive action, persistent action, daily action. And one day you're gonna wake up and all your dreams are coming true and you are gonna be one of those leaders, one big leader in your country that you are gonna help us to change the world. So Dean and Catherine, I really appreciate your invitation. Sorry, I didn't see the time and even though forget how long I have, but I don't know if you had questions or something. Thank you so much for inviting me to this phone call. And more than that, thank you from the bottom of my heart to be my inspiration, to continue to help my team. My team love you so much.
Okay.
We want to have Dean all the time in our phone calls. And I really appreciate all the things that you do. We love you, Dean.
Thank you, Patty. I mean, this is a wonderful story. And I hope that one day we are planning now to invite you to Vietnam, okay? I think
yes,
the people love to see you. Okay, I hope that someday I will build some team down in South America, so we have together, you know.
Of course, you know, actually, you had a new Blue Diamond Latina, let me tell you. She worked with us and you had a new Blue Diamond and she is Mexican in California. So I know you're going to start the Latina thing here and we will work together. And I want to add a team in Asia too, because this is the beautiful thing. So we can help each other. And, you know, if you guys need something in the Latino market, we are open. Our system is open, so we will help you. Anything that you need. So your team in Mexico work with us, and yeah, we are here to help.
One of my goal is to learn Spanish. So
perfect. Dean, all the things that you put in your mind, you accomplish that. So I know for sure you will speak Spanish soon.
Thank you, and say hi to Andre. Hope to see you.
Is here. Come here, baby.
Hey, Andre.
Hey guys.
I talked to your team yesterday morning about the book club. I really like Julian and Angela.
I know they love you, Dean, and they, you know,
pack yourself because prepare to go to Vietnam. Okay, Andre.
Okay. Let's go walk. I want to walk.
Yes.
The so-called longest street, the longest roads in the world. You know, guess where to where? Alaska down to Chile.
Oh my God, that would be awesome. That would be amazing.
You drive through Mexico, through Colombia, through Peru, Chile, Panama.
Yeah.
I think that would be the fun.
That would be so cool.
Oh yeah. I asked Alan, and we need some people who can speak Spanish in the car too.
Yes, perfect.
We're on it.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Angelina, for translation. I think the people will love you.
Thank you, Angelina. Thank you.
It's always amazing. So you went back to Colombia during the pandemic and stayed with your
Yeah,
parents?
I was there for 5 months. I was in a beautiful place around the trees with beach, and I love that. And being with my parents and Andres was amazing. So now we came to Miami because for my residence, I need to come here every 6 months. And now we are here in Miami for some time, and then we will go back to Colombia. So my dream came true. I live between Colombia and United States now. I love that, like you do, between United States and Vietnam. Yeah.
We probably will settle down in Florida too. We are choosing, I think that the same city with Steve Huang.
Oh, Tampa, yes, Dean. I wanted to have you close myself.
Yeah.
Nice. I love that. Florida is beautiful because the weather is amazing, and you know, you can have nice views. And I love Florida, and California are my favorite. Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, hope to see you soon. Oh, thank you, Patricia.
Thanks to you.
We call you Patricia.
Yes. Blessings, so many blessings. I send you all blessings to all your team. We love you.
Thank you. Thank you. Ok, cảm ơn mấy anh chị theo dõi chương trình ngày hôm nay, và mong mấy anh chị từng cái theme một đó mấy anh chị wrap up cái câu chuyện buổi hôm nay như thế nào ha. Ví dụ như một vài điều với cá nhân mình mấy anh chị, cái sức mạnh của cái vấn đề cái tiềm thức đó. Mấy anh chị biết là người ta có cái câu đó là không có cái gì nó mạnh hơn cái sự quyết định mấy anh chị ha. Khi mấy anh chị quyết định cái gì đó mấy anh chị, nó rất mạnh. Cái sức mạnh của câu chuyện của Patricia thì mấy anh chị thấy người ta nói là nothing more powerful than a made up mind. Cái đầu của mình khi mình quyết định chuyện gì mấy anh chị, cái sức mạnh nó khủng khiếp lắm. Và đồng thời mấy anh chị có cái giấc mơ. Và một cái câu mà Paty có nói mà mình nghĩ cũng quan trọng anh chị, tức là mấy anh chị phải hành xử như một người team elite trước khi mình trở thành team elite mấy anh chị ha. Mấy anh chị phải hành xử người ta làm gì, người ta suy nghĩ gì trong đầu mấy anh chị. Và đồng thời mấy anh chị mơ về mấy anh chị phải hành xử như một người thành công trước khi mấy anh chị đạt được cái sự thành công đó mấy anh chị. Chứ còn phần lớn mấy anh chị chờ cho tới khi chừng nào tôi thành công thì tôi mới làm vậy. Mình phải làm cái đó trước khi mà mình thành công anh chị. Đó là cái bài học của hôm nay. Mình nghĩ là một lần nữa để khẳng định cho mấy anh chị thấy là cái vấn đề là mấy anh chị có một cái giấc mơ rất lớn, vì mình tin rằng khi mấy anh chị có được những cái giấc mơ và mấy anh chị hành xử như những người là mình đã đạt được cái giấc mơ đó mấy anh chị, thì cái kết quả nó sẽ tới một cách rất tự nhiên. Dĩ nhiên là mình không phải là mình ngồi đó mình cầu nguyện rồi đó thì cái thành quả nó rớt xuống đùi mình vậy. Nhưng mà tại vì mình suy nghĩ như một người thành công anh chị, thì cái đó nó ảnh hưởng tới cái vấn đề hành động, và rồi hành động thì nó dẫn tới cái kết quả anh chị. Anh nói cảm ơn sự theo dõi của tất cả mấy anh chị trong chương trình ngày hôm nay đó. Một tháng một lần mình sẽ mời những cái người team elite mà thật sự đã đạt được cái thành quả lớn để mấy anh chị có thể rút ra được bài học. Thành ra mình mong sau cái buổi ngày hôm nay mấy cái team anh chị có thể tụ lại qua một cái Zoom nào đó và mình wrap up lại mấy anh chị ha, cái bài học gì mấy anh chị rút được qua cái câu chuyện ngày hôm nay. Xin cảm ơn sự theo dõi của tất cả mấy anh chị, và đồng thời hẹn gặp lại mấy anh chị vào trong một cái chương trình Nuôi Việt Live ngày mai. Xin chào tất cả mấy anh chị. Cảm ơn chị ha.